Hey guys, Keith from Harvonic Games. I'm on Icarus this morning and I'm on the Null Sector area of the map, and I'm going to show you the way through to the fertile zone, the direct route from the fertile zone in J9 to the Null Sector in K9 without having to go through all of the swamp and the volcanic biome. Okay, and I'm also going to show you how to get exotics back from the Null Sector as part of that. So first thing you need to find is the hole through the mountains, and that is located in K9. I'll give you some landmarks. So as you come into this low end valley here, there's kind of a funny rock formation. It looks like it's got a big L cut or something cut out of it. So if it jumps so you can see a bit more of the shape. So you see it looks like that when you come into the valley. So there's kind of an open area. You've got that big rock there, and up to your right you see those white water pools up there on the right. So you don't want to be, you've gone too far if you go up there. So you're looking for this is the landmark, and then off over to the side here there's a way through the mountain. Okay, so I'll just move my horse and my cart dude just so you can see. So I've put some ramps up. Sorry, I will move it further. Just get him out of the way. I've been in the Null Sector for a while now, so I've been collecting exotics from all the exotic creatures and also mining them from the caves. But because you can't use the Orbital Exchange upload, I've just been getting more and more exotics stored up, so I've decided I needed to find a way of getting them out. So I've put them all in a buffalo with a cart, and I'm going to take you through to an area where you can use the Orbital Exchange. I can't seem to get my buffalo through this gap, so for safety I'm going to pop him at the top of the gap, and I'm going to go through without him. You can see it's too narrow to get through. I reckon with the right build you might be able to get animals through that, and certainly jump a mower through there. So anyway, so let's leave him sat down here. So for now I'm going to take out any exotics I've got left. I've done one run to see if it works. I'm just going to put anything I don't need onto my thing. I've actually got 2 modules to expand my inventory slots so I can carry more exotics. Anything I don't quite need for this second, so I can get as many exotics from that. So all the exotics in my inventory, so that's great. Okay, so he's a bit hungry and a bit thirsty, so before we go we'll feed him. What's he called? Pythagoras. So give him a drink, give him some food, he'll then lie down and settle down nicely. We're going to go through the gap by jumping like this, and you can see I've put some aluminium frames and stuff down. I've set myself up. Now it's not very well rendered or very well designed, this area, so there's mountains that aren't quite showing properly, but as you can see I've set myself up a tiny little base here just so I've got a respawn point, and that's the way back through. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to follow and actually this is a good spot for setting up an electric water pump as well, which you can, if you've got a base in the Null Sector, you can feed your base with water from this particular area. I'll show that in another video. But what you want to do is basically follow this around here. Now you can see in your buffs now you can see that you've currently got the this extremely arid buff. So what you want, that is the buff that is stopping you use your Orbital Exchange. So what you want to do is get far enough away that buff knocks off, and I've discovered that actually if you I've obviously built some ramps here so you can just swim this though, there's no danger in the water, you can just swim. It's just I've done this over time. So yeah, once you get to around about here, the buff disappears. So see that buff disappears there. I'm not sure, you might be able to use that island, but I just thought, well, as I've already built my thing, I'll just go a bit further and just come up this area. Now there's a grassy bit here. This might actually be a good spot for a base. If you wanted a base just outside the Null Sector here, this might be a good spot. But what I've done is I've put down my Orbital Exchange Interface, and as you can see, the buttons are available because that buff's gone. I brought down an exotic delivery pod and deliver those to station. And once that one's gone, I'll bring another one down. I don't know what they've done with the Orbital Exchange, but it seems to now come down too close to your interface and damages it sometimes. So just make sure you keep repairing that. Okay, I'll crest another one. And then once I've done this, I'm going to then show you how you get through to the fertile zone, which is as you can see in the distance over there, there's some ramps, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Once we've got rid of all these exotics. Right, get the rest of the exotics in. I think that's all of them. One in my inventory there, in my hotbar. Okay, I'll send them back. I'm actually going to leave that exchange there now. It's safe there. So, okay. So now you've left that behind. You've done your exotic, but you want to get through to the other side. What you want to be doing is coming to the far end of this section. As you can see, it's not very well designed, this area. I don't think they expected many people to find it, but basically you want to be going up the side of this. So just looking on the map, you can see where we are now. We're into J9 just here, and you want to be moving your way. You want to be getting up to the side of this mountain. I'm going to show you obviously from the other end as well. I might have to repair some of these. You do get weather conditions in here, so I'm eventually going to replace this with aluminium. Probably make it a bit tidier too. I think it would probably be more efficient just to go to the island in the middle and then straight across. But I didn't know where it was to start with, so that's why it ended up like this. Okay, we will head on up. Let's repair this other door, but I don't want to spend too much time repairing. I don't want to get knocked off it either, so... Oh, come on. I'm just going to let you up. Right, so this brings you to a little ledge. You see this ledge here? Well, there's a ledge, and that's what you're aiming for. You can see down there, that's the island, and that's the area I said would make a good base. And you can see maybe my contact 4 device over there. Okay, so that's where you want to be. You want to be on this ledge, and as you're looking down, that's what you can see. Okay, so you can step off your bridges now onto the ledge and follow it round. You see my electrical cable there. I've taken all the way back to my base, my main base. And basically, it looks like a dead end. Just keep following and whoop up on the left. There's a gap through the rock. Follow that through, and just have to repair this to be able to go over it, I think. I think I did that, so I think they did put that there because there's a little bit of a blockage that a mower can't get over, so I put that there so the mower could get over. Eventually you can come through and out the other side, and you are back into J9, the fertile area. So you're back into that area. So I'll just turn around and give you a look at what that looks like from the other side. Just to show me where it is, I've put these two things here to remind me. So I'll show you how to get to this from the ground floor. A bit of a lag there. You're going to need a lot of ramps to get up here, but basically what you're looking for is this area here. So there's obviously a really obvious landmark. Again, I'll put the map up so you can see we're at this lake. So at the edge, at the bottom end of the lake in J9, and as you look, there's an obvious landmark. There's this rock thing here, and you want to be behind that rock. And behind that rock, you want to be building directly up the side of the cliff. I've connected all my electrical systems now right the way through to the Null Sector through this crack, which is quite helpful. So I basically feed the electrics right from my main base, and feed the water from that electric water pump that I showed you earlier in the lake. Once you've got electric and power, you're away. Just give these a bit more repairing. As you can see, eventually you get to this little ledge. There we go, all repaired. You can see that's what the crack looks like. There's a crack all the way down the mountain there. There's like a little overhang. I suppose that's a good landmark. There's a little overhang there. So quite a good area to hang around. And as you look down, you can see that's where you're coming from. So if I just turn around, you can see the crack, and now we'll go back the other way. So through the crack, you have to do a bit of a jump through, and then you follow it round to the left. You can see it's quite badly. That's actually solid rock, so you can't actually go through there. So just stick to the left here, climb over. You can see you're halfway through the ground, but it's alright, just come through. And we're back to the central lake that I showed you before. I'll just get back onto our ramps. Whoop, whoop, I dropped right into the water, but that's fine. That's a quick way down. I had a bit of lag there and just ran too far. But yeah, no problem, you can always jump down. And have a bit of a swim. See the way I went across the water before. There we go. Just have a drink. I didn't realise that was so badly damaged. Let's give that a bit of a repair. Okay. It only looks like this because these were the only pieces I had with me when I was building. So I've got a funny bridge there. But as you can see, that's where you go up. Okay. Well, the other good thing about this area is in the central, you could put solar panels in here if you wanted to, power it a different way. There's my Orbital Exchange on the left. I've actually got one solar panel set up in the middle. I was just trialing it out. You can get sunlight. I will show you now. So, Central Island might also be a decent place for a little base. The only thing I would say is, actually, yeah, the Central Island, looking at it, doesn't have the debuff. So yeah, you should be able to put the Orbital Exchange here as well. There's my powered solar panel. It's working fine just there, so that's useful. Well, if you do want a base right near the edge of the Null Sector and you don't want it, my main base near the Null Sector is the one near the entrance via the volcano. If I'd known about this before, I'd have actually put my base in here, and you've got immediate access to. Can't get back up on the thing for some reason, but let's see if I can get. It's not letting me back up. There we go. There we go. So you do get weather conditions in this little area. It's not immune from those, so that's why it's always worth having a little base that you can just. That's solid rocks. This is the thing. Some of the. There you go. You see from this side, you can see it's solid rock. And from the other side, it looks like it's straight through. So yeah, little base. So you've got somewhere to rest and recuperate if you needed to. And I'll just show you the exit from the other side. So we'll go back up. I've built a little ramp up here. And you've got your cave area, and you jump through, and I'm back to my Icarus. And good to set off back to my base. So that is the path through the Null Sector. That is how you get exotics back from the Null Sector, and also where to place the Orbital Exchange Interface. I hope that video helps some of you out. As you can see, that cuts out a huge amount of your journey. So you would have had to go through the entrance at J7, go right across the swamp to L6. You'd have had to go right up the volcanic area right up to L2, go through the cave system to M2, and then come all the way back down to O6, and then you've had to enter the Null Sector, traverse the entire Null Sector, well, half the Null Sector to get to where I am now. So you've cut out, I'd say, a good potentially 30 minutes worth of travel. And of course, because it's here, you can just take a right and head off straight into the Arctic section of the Null Sector as well. As you can see, I've got a significant base in the Arctic section of the Null Sector, powered by the electrics that I just showed you passing through that cave, and also watered by that pump on that little lake in the middle of the path that we'll walk through. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, and I'll speak to you again soon.